Welcome to BNEWS Weekly. I'm Gretchen Carey. Thank you for joining us. The special election was held last Saturday. We turn to Chris Flaherty at our election center for a full breakdown of the results and what it means for Burlington High School moving forward.
The special election was held last Saturday, and the message was loud and clear, with a majority of voters opposed to the idea of an increase in taxes. 4,861 residents voted no, while 2,240 residents voted yes. This election inspired a voter turnout unlike what the town has seen in the past. Let's take a look.
November 15th, the polls opened at Burlington High School for a special election, one which would determine the fate of the building itself. The ballot contained one question: whether to approve a debt exclusion override for the proposed BHS building project. The project was the largest dollar amount ever to go before town meeting. The body did approve the funding pending a debt exclusion vote. Despite the unique nature of this election, turnout went above expectations.
The turnout is higher than a standard local election. We've run anywhere between about 15, 18 in more recent years, sometimes up to 22, depending on if they're a contested race. For this election, 36.5% turnout. As much as it sounds like a small sampling of the registered voters, it is actually a really good turnout. I think a lot of the community members had a strong feeling one way or another in regards to this. We did have a good number of people who were considered inactive voters get reactivated through this process, and we've had a good number of people register to vote over the time frame of the election.
Many residents, both for and against the debt exclusion, came out to make their voices heard.
I'm a lifelong resident of Burlington, so I've been here 63, 64 years. And, people paid for us when we needed schools when we were kids. I was in the first grade in Fox Hill, and they're building a new Fox Hill, and I came here a year after this school opened in 74. So it's time for us to do our bit. Nobody likes new taxes, but it has to be done.
We have a budget for a reason. At the end of the day, if you can't live within it, you need to learn to live within it, because we can't just keep going. And, that's why we voted Prop 2.5 in a long time ago. So it's got to be, I'd like to see the school, but, we have a perfectly good school. Learn to save our money and then budget it, and then we'll get it in the next couple of years.
BHS senior and BCAT sports reporter Juliana McGrain filled out her first ballot as a registered voter for this election.
I've worked town meetings before, and so I think that having young people have their voices heard is something that's so important, because especially in local elections, it's not really happening.
Until next time, this is Chris Flaherty for BNEWS Weekly.
So what does this mean going forward for the high school project? Earlier this week, I spoke with Nikki Cadillac of Burlington Buzz in our latest community update to break down the results.
There was a feasibility study that was approved by town meeting. It was $1.5 million in funding for that feasibility study, and that money has run out now. So that feasibility study was to investigate the site, figure out what the options were to either build a new building, renovate the current building, or do some kind of combination of both. And the team hired an owner's project manager, they hired an architectural team, and they had just onboarded actually a construction team to manage the project,
Consigli
Construction, assuming that the project went through. Since that didn't go through, my suspicion is that we're going to now sort of not have those professionals at our disposal anymore, and the team is really going to have to go back to the drawing board. The school committee and the school department is going to have to figure out, what their next steps are and what they could possibly bring forward that would be accepted by the community.
You can find our full conversation on our website at bcattv.org. Earlier this week, Catherine Bond, chair of the BHS Building Committee and vice chair of the school committee, spoke in response to the election results.
We fully understand that many residents simply cannot take on a significant tax increase right now. The economy is challenging for everyone. We hear you, and we want to work with you to find a responsible path forward. We are in a difficult position with the high school. The building is old and requires either full replacement or a major renovation. Our staff has done an excellent job in maintaining it so that it will still looks good on the outside, but the core systems, the HVAC, electrical, plumbing, and more are outdated and approaching the end of their usefulness. We need a solution that the community can support. One major challenge is that any large-scale renovation, such as replacing the HVAC system, triggers the requirement to bring the entire building to current code. That significantly increases the project cost to a higher number. Still, we hear the concerns from residents, and we are committed to examining every idea, every possible option until we find the right solution.
Stay tuned to BCAT and the Burlington Buzz for more updates on the BHS project as they come. From the Election Center, this is Chris Flaherty for BNEWS.
At the recent Select Board meeting, members held their annual tax classification hearing, where the town reviews property values and decides how to divide the tax burden between residents and businesses for the upcoming fiscal year. After considering several options, the board voted for option A, which keeps the tax shift nearly the same as last year and helps to keep the residential tax rate lower for fiscal year 2026. Board members said the results of the high school vote made it clear that many residents are feeling financial pressure and were mindful of that as they made their decision.
Residents are scared, right? People are not feeling fiscally safe, and they're not prepared to spend money in a big way as a community. I want us to be cautious and just be thoughtful and continue to have the hard conversations.
The people out there are nervous. They're nervous about taxes, and they're nervous about inflation. We got that message loud and clear, and I think as a board, we have to be more cognizant of what we're spending as a town.
In our next edition of Who Works for Burlington, Robert Paris visited the town hall to feature the first town communications officer, Laura Zakrewski. Let's have a look.
Every day, thousands of employees work behind the scenes to keep the town of Burlington running. In this edition of Who Works for Burlington, we're introducing you to one of the newest faces at Town Hall, Laura Zakrewski. Burlington's first ever communications officer position was approved at the May 2025 town meeting. At a select board meeting this October, Assistant Town Administrator Patrick Lawler introduced Laura and explain what her new role will bring to the community.
How do we increase community engagement? How do we increase that dialogue with the public? And we spent a lot of time with the board's input, drafting a job description, developing a strategy to recruit candidates. Laura added something a little different. So along the way, we were feeling really good about Laura's candidacy.
Since settling in, Laura has already been working closely with several departments, helping to share important information across multiple platforms.
So far, what we're going to be doing is really banding together the internal communications for the department. We're going to be ensuring that our messages are succinct and concise across all different departments. We're going to be covering events, town government, letting people know how town government works for them and the impact that they have on the community. And so we're really going to focus on ensuring that we have a social media presence and we're reaching people where they are, ensuring that we have a newsletter to reference for everyone, and that we have all of the different communications channels up and running.
She's currently developing a new town-wide newsletter with even more communication tools expected to roll out in the coming months.
And I've already hit the ground running, so I'm working on developing the first e-newsletter for the town. I've already set up the town's Facebook page as well, and then we're going to be working on website optimizations too, so making sure that when you go to Town of Burlington and view us on our webpage, that you're seeing all of the information that you need to know in a very clear way.
And Laura is no stranger to Burlington. She grew up right next door in Woburn.
I'm very familiar with this community in this area, and so I went to school at Johnson & Wales University in Providence for my undergraduate degree, and I majored in marketing and communications, so I always knew that this was sort of the pursuit I wanted to follow. I've spent the last 6 years at an advertising agency working specifically with nonprofit clients, so I always knew that I wanted to still be in the business of helping people and connecting communities, and I figured that this would be a great next point for my career, so I'm really excited to be here.
And with the holiday season right around the corner, you might be hearing one of Laura's favorite artists on the radio very soon.
Well, one thing I want the town to know immediately is I love Mariah Carey. I'm what they call a lamb, so that is her fan base, so I really enjoy Mariah Carey's music.
Laura says she's enjoyed her time in Burlington so far, especially meeting new people and getting to know the community.
I love to meet people. That's one of the main reasons why I wanted to join this role, and I love having a job where I'm able to be creative and get to learn so much about such a great community. So please reach out to me whenever you have the opportunity. So my email is lzakrewski@burlington.org, and I'm always going to be wanting to talk to you and hear your feedback.
And now you know another face behind the work happening here in Burlington.
Our next story comes from the Devil's Advocate, the Burlington High School student-run newspaper. Burlington High School has a new phone policy this year, and it's already making a difference. Students now place their phones in hanging folders at the start of class, a system first tested in the World Language Department last year before becoming school-wide. The change comes as the state continues to debate new cell phone legislation. The Senate has passed a bill limiting phone use during the school day, but it hasn't been signed into law yet, and districts will still set their own rules. Across the state, some schools have gone with a much stricter approach, using Yonder pouches, which lock students' phones for the entire day. But Principal Sullivan says Yonder pouches just aren't necessary right now, and he hasn't seen phones out during class. Counseling Department head Mr. Adebato agrees, saying fewer phones have made students more attentive and even more social. So, while opinions vary on how strict phone rules should be, staff say that the new system is working and classrooms are seeing fewer distractions. For the full student article, you can head to the Devil's Advocate section on bcattv.org. As we head into Thanksgiving, there are plenty of ways you can help families in need this season. The United Church of Christ on Lexington Street is holding a drive-up food drive this Saturday from 10 to 1. Volunteers will take donations right from your trunk, and holiday staples like stuffing, canned gravy, chicken broth, and cranberry sauce are especially needed. Cub Scout Pack 555 is also asking for pie donations, which you can buy at Shaw's and drop off during the drive-up. The Burlington Players are collecting canned goods and Market Basket gift cards at the Playhouse through November 22nd. Patrons can leave items in the lobby donation bin before a show. Animal Control is accepting pet food for the food pantry, including wet and dry dog food and cat litter. All pet donations can be dropped in the pantry's regular donation bins. And Transaction Shuttle Services is running its Stuff a Shuttle campaign, gathering food for local pantries and Toys for Tots. Businesses can request collection boxes now, with pickups in mid-December. For links to these drives or to add a donation event, visit our website. BHS is gearing up for its performance of The Crucible this weekend. Student reporter Zach Titus has a preview.
All right, we're here at the auditorium where they're rehearsing for the new play at Burlington High School, The Crucible. Let's go get in there and get some interviews.
This year we are performing The Crucible, written in the 1950s. It's about McCarthyism, but it takes place during the Salem witch trials. So he's using that as an analogy for communist witch hunt during the 1950s. He's using the actual witch hunts to represent that.
How did the idea for BHS to do this show particularly come about?
We needed a show that could cast a lot of students, and it allows for us to cast any number of girls. There's a whole bunch of Salem girls in the show, but also the girls can play male roles because it's a period piece. It's not as distracting to have a lot of girls playing some male roles, and they are fantastic in these parts.
What do you hope audiences will take away from this show?
The commentary on society and the idea of conformity, the dangers of conformity, are present in 1692, 1950s, today. This piece is timeless for that reason. I appreciate the work all of our students have done. Our stage manager, Marley, has done a fantastic job. They're a great group of kids to work with.
How has the experience been in this play this year?
It's a lot of fun. It's been a lot of work because this is a lot longer of a play than we've done before. It's 2.5 hours, but it's really, really fulfilling stuff. I'm really excited to see how it comes together.
Me too. I've made a lot of friends, and there's a lot of community in this play, and it's really exciting to see it all come together because it is a lot longer.
It's been really fun. We have such a talented cast. I just look forward to being here every day, and I think the show's coming along really well.
So what's been your favorite part about the play?
There's so many characters, and there's so many different motives that the characters have, and so it's every character is trying to get something different, and so I think that's really interesting to analyze and think about when you're interacting with other characters, when other characters are interacting with you.
Based off of actual historical event, obviously, the Salem witch trial. So I think it's given a lot of people the opportunity to learn about those through performing in the show.
What do you hope audiences will then take away from this play?
A witch hunt can impact the lives of so many in different ways. I mean, obviously, when Arthur Miller was writing this, it was an allegory for McCarthyism, and I hope that audiences can also understand those allegories and how they play out into our own lives.
All right, this has been an amazing time. We've got to hear some amazing things from this amazing cast and crew. Be sure to check out The Crucible on the 22nd and the 23rd. It's been Zach Titus with BNEWS.
As we head into Thanksgiving week, meteorologist Peter Brown says we're in for a very typical stretch of November weather. And yes, he's tracking what things will look like for travel on Wednesday and for the holiday itself. That's up right after our community calendar.
Hey everyone, I'm Gretchen Carey, and this is your community calendar. On December 2nd at 5:30 p.m., the Burlington Parks and Recreation Department will be having their annual tree lighting on the town common. Everyone is welcome. The inclement weather date is December 5th. On December 5th from 6 to 7:30 p.m., Santa Claus will be visiting BCAT. Everyone is welcome. For more information, go to our website. On December 7th, from 1 to 4 p.m., the Burlington Public Library will be having their second annual Local Author Festival. Everyone is welcome. For more information about the event, go to the website. For more community calendar events, go to bcattv.org, burlingtonpubliclibrary.org, and burlingtonrecreation.org. I'm Gretchen Carey, and that was your community calendar.
You can't celebrate Turkey Day without some football. Join BCAT this Thanksgiving for a special Red Devil Marathon, highlighting this historic season. Revisit all the action from Varsity Field as the Red Devils achieve their first undefeated regular season since 2006. While the turkey and stuffing gets passed around the table, tune into BCAT's educational channel. The marathon kicks off at 10 a.m. Thanksgiving Day. Visit our website for more information. On behalf of everyone at BCAT Sports, we wish you a safe and happy Thanksgiving.
Well, hello everyone, and this is Peter Brown with a look at your weather for the next 7 days. This is the all-important Thanksgiving Day forecast coming up. We're going to be taking a look at your travel weather too for the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. I know that is one of the busiest travel days of the year, and unfortunately it is going to be showing up in true November style. Now, starting at our period this Friday, we should be seeing temperatures at this time of the year just eking out around 50, and for a change we're going to be a couple of degrees above average. Now, 53 is definitely not summer weather. We have not seen any really nice mild weather since the start of October, so 53 might feel a little bit nice out there after we've seen all of these days in the 30s and 40s. And as we get towards next Thursday into Thanksgiving itself, we should be seeing temperatures at this time of the year in the upper 40s. And that's where we're going to be. It's going to be a fairly average temperature week, nothing too cool, but unfortunately for those of us who like the warm weather, nothing too mild. And of course, as we're getting closer and closer to the official start of winter in about a month from now, look at that. The sunsets are now happening at 4:18 in the afternoon. The only good thing is we're not going to be losing too much more daylight. We're almost at the minimum for day length, so that is some good news. Now, as we go ahead, let's take a look at what the Climate Prediction Center is calling for us in terms of temperatures for the next 7 to 10 days. And of course, here in the eastern U.S., again, everyone except for us here in the Burlington area and most of New England in the east is going to be seeing above average temperatures. If you're heading down south for Thanksgiving, it's going to be very nice down there. Again, up in our area, slightly above average maybe, and when I say that, maybe only 1 or 2 degrees above average, so nothing to really write home about. As we look at our precipitation chances, we're going to be seeing, again, slight chance of above average precipitation. We're going to be seeing that as we head maybe in towards this weekend. We might see some spotty showers out there, and then again, yes, on the busy travel day of Wednesday, next week before Thanksgiving, I think we're going to have a more substantial rainstorm coming up, but we will take a look at that. Again, it's still chipping away at those drought conditions we have out there, and every little bit of water we can get counts right now. So as we go ahead, let's take a look at those 7 days of weather coming up in. Very typical November forecast here, starting out our weekend on Friday, starting to get pretty busy out there if you're going to the grocery store to get any of those Thanksgiving preps done. It's going to be kind of raw out there on Friday. Again, a little bit warmer than average in the low to mid 50s, but with those spotty showers, cooling off a little bit on Saturday, back down into the upper 40s with those slight chances of rain showers earlier in the day. Going to clear our things out on Sunday, so if you're going to be going away for all of next week, Sunday and Monday look like they're going to be pretty nice days out there. Again, kind of cool in the upper 40s, but fair skies. As we get into Tuesday, we're going to warm it up a little bit, keep those fair skies out there, temperatures in the low 50s. And yes, unfortunately, on Wednesday, one of the busiest travel days of the year, I think we are going to have a pretty good chance of a soaking rain and very chilly out there. Temperatures struggling to get out of the lower 40s. So it is going to be very damp, very raw and breezy out there. But if you're going out to any of those early morning football games on Thanksgiving, look at this. We're going to be kind of chasing those showers out of the way early Thanksgiving morning, I think, and temperatures look like they're going to rebound nicely up to around 50. So pretty pleasant day out there for Thanksgiving right now as we're looking at it. So that's some great news. So everyone, get out there, enjoy the weather, have a great week, and happy Thanksgiving to all of you.
Red Devil football's amazing season came to an end in the Elite Eight. And there was plenty of postseason action across other teams as well. Juliana McGrain has the full rundown.
Hello everyone! Welcome back to your weekly Red Devils Sports Report. I am Juliana McGrain, and let's get right into this week's edition. The Red Devils football journey came to a stop in the Elite Eight at Duxbury, but what a season it was. An undefeated regular run that won't be forgotten soon.
The Burlington Red Devils traveled down to the South Shore to take on the Duxbury Dragons in the Elite Eight round of the Division IV MIAA playoffs. Duxbury entered as the number 4th seed, while Burlington came in as the number 5. One major change for the Devils was under center. Senior quarterback Drew Garvey was unavailable for this game, so senior wide receiver Ryan Brooks stepped in to take over the quarterback role. On Burlington's opening possession, Brooks was intercepted, giving Duxbury an early opportunity. The Dragons capitalized with a 38-yard touchdown pass to senior wide receiver Jack Carney, putting them up 7-0 through the first quarter. In the second, Duxbury struck again. On a 4th down conversion, quarterback Brady Rhinesmith connected with Carney once more, extending the lead to 14-0. Burlington got on the board late in the half with a 1-yard touchdown run by Brooks. The 2-point try was no good, making it 14-6. Duxbury closed the half with a successful 25-yard field goal, pushing the score 17-6 at the break. The Dragons added one more touchdown in the third quarter and another in the fourth, building a 38-6 advantage. Junior wide receiver Sam Fernandez added a late touchdown for the Devils, followed by a successful 2-point conversion, bringing the final score to 38-14. We spoke with Coach Sheridan after the game.
We tried to play our game. It didn't work. We ran into a good team. You know, they kind of beat us up front, and wasn't many yards to get. So just didn't go our way.
Despite the loss, it was a remarkable season for Burlington. Going undefeated in the regular season is a major achievement for Coach Sheridan and his group of seniors.
I mean, it's been, like I just said, it's been a joy to coach them. It's been a joy to be around them. They're just a special group of kids. They bring a lot of fun and energy to practice every day. So every day it's been a joy to just watch them grow the last 4 years and evolve into the people that they are right now.
He shared how much he'll miss this special group of players who gave everything they had this year.
Just the energy and just the love and camaraderie that they have for each other and for the team, and you know, the positive energy that they bring. Their leadership has grown tremendously in the last year. They're just a great group of kids, and we're going to miss them a lot. Luckily, we got one more game left.
Next up is the season finale, the annual Thanksgiving Day game against the Bedford Buccaneers, who currently lead the series 4-0. It all kicks off on November 27th at Varsity Field, beginning with Senior Day festivities.
They're a good football team. It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a battle, but we'll look at the film, we'll go over it, and hopefully we're ready to go.
Senior Ula Rinkovichute represented Burlington at the Massachusetts Volleyball Coaches Association All-Star Showcase on November 17th at Westboro High School. She was one of just 54 players chosen statewide. Head coach Wingsy Seaman and several teammates were there cheering her on. Senior Brianna Thomas is officially signed to play Division I at UMass Lowell. BNEWS sports reporter Robert Paris was there for the moment.
senior Brianna Thomas is taking her talents to the next level, officially committing to Division I soccer at UMass Lowell after signing her national letter of intent earlier this month. It was a big moment, surrounded by her family, friends, and coaches who have been cheering her on every step of the way.
I mean, it's very exciting. It's starting a new chapter into college and after high school, and it's another opportunity to play soccer, the game I love, so I'm very excited.
Her parents, Susie and Mike, have watched her grow from a young player with big dreams to a standout athlete. Now, with college on deck, they can't wait to see the impact she'll make as a Riverhawk.
Watching her play with some of the girls that she's been with for many years, and being so close to us, even though she's not going that far, it's still going to be out of town. And it's just been exciting to watch her grow and develop and just come into her own.
I can't say anything more. Watching her since she was 5 years old, playing from town soccer, growing up through the youth soccer program, high school 4 years. It's just been amazing watching the growth from playing every position out there from goalie to striker. It's just been an amazing experience.
Head coach Daniela D'Souza says Brianna's journey has been incredible to witness, from her youth soccer days all the way to becoming a Division I commit.
I hope that she opened the door for people to follow through. I mean, I'm going to miss everything about Brianna. She's been on the team for 4 years, and I've known her even longer than that. So just the way that she leads by example, the way that she leads her peers, she's exceptional.
A huge congratulations to Brianna Thomas. We'll be rooting for her as she takes on the field at UMass Lowell. I'm Robert Paris for BNEWS Sports.
The girls and boys cross-country teams wrapped up their seasons at the MIAA Meet of Champions this past Saturday, with 2 runners competing at the state level. For the girls, it was 8th grader Mariska Kilroy, who finished 87th with a time of 21 minutes and 41 seconds, closing out a standout year. For the boys, senior Roy Kinyake placed 45th with a strong time of 17 minutes and 12 seconds. The girls team will graduate 3 seniors. The boys team will say goodbye to 7. Let's take a look at how the esports team wrapped up their fall season.
The Red Devil Fortnite team picked up a win on Tuesday against East Ridge High School in New York. They close out the regular season at 6-2, earning their 3rd overall seed over a 32 in the Eastern region. In the playoffs, they'll be facing the 33rd seed East Ridge High School. Their first playoff match is set for November 20th. Red Devil Blue fell in their match against Central Square in New York, finishing the year at 0-8. Red Devil Racing earned a win over Methuen High School. They finish at 6-2, clinching the 3rd overall seed out of 4 in the state. Their first playoff match will be against 2nd seeded Medford on December 13th at an in-person venue. In Madden, Tommy Cullen wrapped up his season at 2-6. He finished 28th overall. Brady Costas lost his match against Thomas High School, ending the season at 4-4 and 18th in the region. And Gio Delgado won against Western High School in Indiana, completing an undefeated 8-0 regular season. Gio secured the #1 overall seed out of 16 in the Eastern region and will play his first postseason game on December 1st.
The Burlington cheerleading team delivered an outstanding performance at the Division III North Sectionals, placing 3rd out of 14 teams with a team of 87.8. That top 3 finish sends them to the MIAA State Championship, where they'll join 8 neighboring towns on November 22nd at Worcester State University. Burlington Athletics earns dozens of Middlesex League honors across fall sports. It was a standout fall season for Burlington High School, with athletes across multiple programs earning Middlesex League All-Stars recognition, major conference awards, and team honors. Athletes from Red Devils football, volleyball, field hockey, soccer, and cross country were all honored. You can see the full list of athletes on our website at bcattv.org/sports. And that's your weekly Red Devils Sports Report. For more coverage, visit our sports section online and follow us on X at BNews Sports. That is all for this week. I have been Julianne McGrain, and I will see you all next week.
We've got an exciting shout-out for you this week, a Shawsheen shout-out. The Rams football continued their incredible run with a 4th undefeated season in a row. Robert Paris has this story.
Down on Cook Street in Billerica, the Shawsheen Valley Tech Rams are once again proving why they're one of the toughest programs in the state. This group finished an undefeated regular season for the 4th straight year, powered by an explosive offense that put up 338 points and a defense that held opponents to just 67. Now, the Rams are gearing up for their Final Four matchup against North Reading on November 21st. They've already rolled through 2 playoff wins, a dominant 55-14 victory over Salem, and a solid 28-7 result against St. Mary's. It all comes under the guidance of 28-year head coach Al Constabile.
To have that kind of success that we've had as a program, you need a really, really solid staff. And I've been blessed with a tremendous staff of assistant coaches that work very, very hard and coach their butt off. And you need great kids. You need kids that are willing to work, kids that have a work ethic and a commitment that's part of their fabric, part of their character, and I'm fortunate to have that here.
The Rams entered this postseason as the defending Division V state champions, after shutting out Foxborough 14-0 at Gillette Stadium last fall.
We would love an opportunity to be able to go there again, but there's a very good team from North Reading that we have to play in order to win the right to go there. And they want to go there as bad as we do. And they beat us 3 years ago in the Super Bowl.
And as every reigning champion knows, there's always a target on your back.
I think the biggest difference between, being the reigning champ is you find that everybody makes you their game of the year. Everybody wants to knock you off. So you're going to get really the best out of people when you go anywhere to play or when they come here.
I spoke with all 5 captains about what this team means to them as seniors.
That win last year, win the Super Bowl is great, but on to a new year, and it's just keep working hard this year, just doing what we do, and taking all the underclassmen under our wing and showing them what it takes to work hard and win games.
I'd say we're a lot stronger than we were last year. We put a lot more work over the summer in the weight room to get a lot of that ability, a lot more speed and strength, really.
Week in, week out, leading the team. I think all the seniors have a big role leading this squad, and I think all the leaders do a great job.
I mean, we've been part of the program for 4 years. Most of us have been starters since we were freshmen or just part of the team, and when it comes to being a senior, you just kind of know what to do and know what has to be done to win.
As a team, we've been playing great. We've clicked the past couple of weeks. Our defense has been playing unreal all season, and our offense is really starting to pick it up late in the playoffs.
With the season winding down, Coach Constabile says he'll miss every moment, both on and off the turf.
They're the winningest group through the 4 years of any I've had here. Have won a whole lot of games. They've brought a lot of happiness, a lot of fun, a lot of good feeling around this campus, and I'm going to miss them. I've known them since they were little kids, and really, they're a special group.
Congratulations to the Rams. Best of luck in the state semifinals against North Reading. This has been the Shawsheen Shoutout.
Our photo of the week was sent in by yours truly. I captured this image while walking at the Mill Pond Reservoir, and I uncreatively call it By the Lake in Autumn. We'd like to see your photos. The photos could be of something you see around town, on vacation, or even photos of your family and pets. Whatever you think is interesting and would like to share, send them to bcat@bcattv.org with the subject line, Photo of the Week. We leave you this week with a powerful violin rendition of Schindler's List theme performed by Bedford School Superintendent Cliff Schwung at the recent Bedford Interfaith Kristallnacht commemoration. The full service can be seen on BCAT. Happy Thanksgiving. We'll be off next week, and Phil Gallagher will be returning in December.